Hello, women of God. My name is Sarita Foxworth. I am an author and I am a Christian life coach. So on this IG video, I want to address what if God shows you that a man is your future husband. I get this question so often, and that is why I actually wanted to do a video to address it. I've actually addressed it before. I have a full-length video on Facebook called what to do when God has shown you a particular man as your husband, but I wanted to make sure, because everyone doesn't have Facebook, and I know that. So I'm going to address it right now. Now, I have also written about what to do if God has shown you your husband in my third book, which is How to Prepare for Your Future Husband, which you can get on Amazon or at the link in my bio. So I'm going to read my response that I put in this book, and then I'm going to expound upon it right now. So, in chapter number 16, it's called Common Dating and Relationship Questions That I Always Get. The question was, the Lord has shown me that a particular man is my husband. What do I do? My advice is to do nothing. If God has spoken to you, he will also speak to him. The same rules for the answer given to question number 1 above apply here. And question number 1 was, what do I do if a man is friendly or seem interested but has not asked me out or is not pursuing me or attempting to start a relationship? Actually, you know what? I think I'll go ahead. I'll do another IG and I'll address that question. So, back to this one. The man is supposed to lead the woman and not the other way around. The husband is supposed to find the wife and not the wife find her husband. Eve was presented to Adam, and then Adam laid claim to what he knew in his heart was his. Your Adam will have the same confirmation in his spirit, and at the right time he will approach you, pursue you, and work to have you in his life. Allow the man to be a man. Allow your future husband to find you his future wife. So, lots of questions that I get. Most of the time, it is a woman of God who has either had a dream, or she believes she's heard from God in prayer, or she's been prophesied to by somebody else that a man is her husband. And I'm going to try to address those as quickly as I can because I only have a little bit of time. If you had a dream that a man is your husband, my follow-up question for you would be, what other dreams have you had about other areas of your life that God has spoken to you about and you know for sure that it's him? If you cannot answer that, meaning if you can't tell me, okay, well, God has also given me a dream about my attitude that I need to work on growing in the fruit of the Spirit. Or if you can't say, well, I also had dreams about my coworker and the Lord has revealed to me what they're going through because I needed to pray for them. Or maybe I had a dream about my family member because I needed to just call them and check on them because they were going through something. If you can't tell me how God has spoken regularly to you in your dreams about fulfilling the great commandment and the great commission, which is to love God and to love others as you love yourself, and to also make disciples of Christ and to go and reach the nations for him. If you cannot show me how you have received dreams from God to fulfill the will of God, then I will also question if God has spoken to you in your dream about this particular man. Because why in the world would God never speak to you in your dreams about any other thing in accordance with the kingdom of God, but he only speaking to you about your husband? Why? Why would he do that? He wouldn't. Next, if somebody is prophesying to you that somebody else is your husband, I also would say, what else has this person helped me with, spiritually speaking? Has this person been praying for me? Has this person been walking with me through my spiritual development? Has this person also helped me to get my finances together? Has this person helped me to be a better woman? Because why in the world would God speak to that woman, not about any other area of your life that you need to get in order in accordance with the word and the will of God, but he only speaking to this person about your future husband, as if God's priority for you is marriage, when God's priority is kingdom. God's priority is reaching souls for Christ. God's priority for you is going to be whatever it is God needs you to focus on so that you can be the best version of yourself and so that your life can get him the most glory. Not a man who, by the way, has not even approached you, doesn't even know your name yet. So I'm giving you all of these things in love because I don't want you to waste time, effort, and energy believing in false prophecies or false dreams that were either given because of your emotions, because you have a crush on him, or sent by Satan to cause you to be distracted or to be consumed and obsessing about a man when that's not even what God is. God is actually not even speaking to you at all about this person. And then the last part of that was if you believe that you've heard the voice of God. So if you believe that God has spoken to you about him, I would also say the same thing that I said about those dreams. What else is God speaking to you about in this season? How else is God leading you in this season? Are you telling me that you've been growing and God is speaking to you and leading you in every area of your life, and then he also is speaking to you about this man? Now, let's just say this is God. Because I'm not saying that God is never speaking about your future husband, because God can do anything, right? Let's just say it is God. Here's what you need to do moving forward. You need to do nothing. You need to wait on God to also speak to that man. Because just like the example that I always give in Mary, when God spoke to Mary about what he was going to do in the conception and birth of Jesus Christ, he also spoke to Joseph. God didn't only speak to Mary and then leave Joseph in the dark, and then Mary had all of this amazing revelation and Joseph knew nothing. God is always going to speak to the man. When we follow the order of God, in the book of Genesis, God spoke to Adam. Adam was responsible for relaying the message to Eve. And so therefore, God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. God is not only going to speak to you, but he's also going to speak to that man. So allow that man to hear from God about you. And then allow that man to step forth. Allow that man to approach you, to pursue you, to know what you believe you already know. And that is that you are his future wife. So I hope that this video was helpful. Actually, I know it was. I know that it may not have been what you actually wanted to hear. But I want you to be encouraged because I want you to know that I'm actually on your side. I want you to get married. I'm called to relationships and I'm called to marriages. I want you to manifest a high quality, high caliber man of God. I want you to hear from God and flow with his spirit. And I don't want there to be any confusion. I want you to have the most blessed situation possible. But I also don't want you to waste your time, your effort, and your energy giving yourself over to thinking that somebody is supposed to be with you or somebody is supposed to be your future husband and they're actually not. And what you should be spending your time and your effort and your energy on is growing spiritually, healing from the past, breaking soul ties, launching your business, writing the book, getting your finances in order, getting your health in order. It could be anything that God actually wants you to focus on instead of consuming yourself with somebody because of a prophecy or a dream or a word that actually was not coming from God. So if you're not sure, I want to give you this last final resource. If you're not sure about when you're hearing from God and when God is speaking and when he's not, I wrote this Single Woman's Prayer book. And I teach you about the 4 ways that God can and will speak. And I also give you 5 ways to confirm whether God is actually speaking or not. So I want you to be a woman who's mature in the spirit of God. I want you to be a woman who knows for sure when the Lord is speaking and not to be confused ever again. So go to the link in my bio, or you can go straight to Amazon.com and just put my name in. And you can go to my author page and you can see the resources that I have available to help you. So I hope that was helpful. Yeah, and I'll see you on the next IGTV video. Bye, y'all.